Hello. Dodo, donate $2. React to this VG. Here's some interesting bit of news.
I'm trying to show people that help is needed now because time is running out. I don't want my kids waking up having to deal with the unimaginable.
But ultimately, he went to the courts and he got exactly what he deserved. The proof speaks for itself with the kids actually wanting to be with him and are actually troubled when they're around their mom.
If there is one thing that you can unite every nation, it is the fact that Kevin Federline has always been a greedy bastard. If this were actually about him caring about Britney Spears, then why is he writing in his book about her alleged lesbian hookup? If Britney wanted to get some nookie, Britney deserved to get some nookie.
I think he is basically one of the leeches that he's accusing have taken advantage of her and
around the release of the book and all the stuff.
I don't know, man. That's fairly retarded and brain rot.
Welcome back,
Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Imagine an
Paul Saladino just proved you wrong and ruined veganism.
Okay, so
let me see.
When we're talking about seed oils, if we're just kind of in that realm and we're saying, okay, and there's rose corn oil, there's coronary angiography or angiopathy trial. And so these are all done between, let's say, 19.
Like, what the fuck is this stupid horseshit?
1958 and 1980s.
Okay.
We don't have any more recent trials on seed oils.
Wow.
And if you go through them, I mean, we can go through the oil or beneficial. It's a control group, and the experiment.
What? Control group versus 76% of its calories from soybean oil? So they were eating almost nothing but soybean oil? Like, what?
Experimental group is getting 76% of its calories from soybean oil in the experimental group. Now, the experimental group had a significant reduction in serum cholesterol.
So we wrote that down wrong.
Which was associated with a reduced coronary heart disease relapse rate. And I said here, so they had more seed oils and they had decreased coronary heart disease relapse rate. Now, the potential flaws, the control group, right, had 9.6% of their calories from trans fat. This is the problem, is that in the 1950s and
bottom line ethics of
this is the I don't care, dude. He's just blabbing, and Nick Norowitz is a lying fucking fraud. I don't fucking care.
80-year-old person. It's probably someone who looks a bit frail, they're slow, maybe they're walking with a cane.
I don't know how you expect me to watch 20 minutes of that fucking stupid horseshit. I'm not watching the whole video. It's a fucking waste of time.
And they're generally with low strength. But this doesn't have to be your future. There's a study on a Norwegian 80-year-old man who had the VO2 max and fitness of someone who's 25 to 35 years old. That's 50 years lower than his chronological age, which is just insane. This 80-year-old wasn't just walking without a cane. He was sprinting and even doing L-sit pull-ups. That's in the top 0.001% of health of his age. The study was published in 2015, and it was done on an 80-year-old Norwegian man who remained...
No, I'm not a fucking retard who thinks seed oils are bad for you. I don't know why you're asking me something so stupid.
Here's an overview of his fitness markers. His VO2 max was 50 milliliters per kilogram per minute, which is exceptionally high for his age. It's the top 0.1% of VO2 max among 80-year-olds. It's as high as a 25-year-old who doesn't exercise and a modestly fit 35-year-old. An average 80-year-old might have a VO2 max of around 17 to 20, which is close to the disability line, below which you can't do daily activities without assistance. A lot of 80-year-olds you're accustomed to seeing are not functionally independent, and they need caregiving. This guy, however, had 2 to 3 times higher VO2 max than the average 80-year-old. There is research that a VO2 max of 50 milliliters per kilogram per minute compared to a VO2 max of 17 is associated with a 300% lower risk of mortality. It means that this Norwegian guy had a 300% lower risk of dying to anything during the next year compared to other 80-year-olds. I don't think you really understand how crazy it is to have a VO2 max of 50 at the age of 80. Even athletes in their 80s have been seen to have a VO2 max of 39 on average. This Norwegian guy is the Michael Jordan or the Tom Brady of 80-year-olds. Interestingly, the man reported that he had been tested for VO2 max twice in his life before. Once at the age of 25 when he got a score of 75, and the second time at the age of 45 when he got a score of 58. The score of 75 is absolutely insane and the equivalent of an Olympic athlete. The scientists estimated that if true, he saw about a 7% reduction in his VO2 max, going from 75 to 58 between the ages of 25 and 45, and then settling to 50 at the age of 80. That's comparable to the 6 to 11% reduction per decade.
This guy sounds like he's a genetic freak or something.
Seen in other research. This is an absolutely critical point. The reason he had a VO2 max of 50 at the age of 80 is because he had a VO2 max of 75 at the age of 25. The higher your VO2 max is in your youth, the higher it's expected to be in your elderly years, as long as you keep exercising. If you have a bad VO2 max in your youth, let's say it's 30 at the age of 30, then you're going to plunge into the disability zone much sooner compared to having it higher and maintaining it higher throughout your life. He also had a resting heart rate of 60, which is what an average person in their 40s would have. His maximum heart rate during exercise was 175 beats per minute, which is exceptional. At the age of 80, his maximum heart rate would be expected to be 140, but his was 35 beats higher, which indicates very high fitness and good heart health. The scientists also looked at his biomarkers and some blood markers. Here's an overview of that. He had good body composition with a body fat percentage of 12 and a BMI of 23. His muscle mass made up 49% of total body weight, which is good. His waist to hip ratio was excellent, 0.85, which means he has a much narrower waist than hips. That's a sign of low visceral fat, which is good for heart health. His blood pressure was slightly elevated, 136/78, but that could also be that he was nervous for being in a study. His cholesterol was pretty low, total cholesterol at 4 millimoles per liter or 154 milligrams per deciliter. LDL was 1.9 millimoles per liter or 73 milligrams per deciliter, and HDL was 1.76 millimoles per liter or 68 milligrams per deciliter. His triglycerides were also on the lower end, 0.55 millimoles per liter or 48 milligrams per deciliter. His fasting glucose was 5.2.
No, I didn't finish assembling the belt squat. I don't have the fucking right screws. Yeah, I took a tape measure. The bolt that Rogue was supposed to give me, they were supposed to be 1.75 inches. The bolts that actually were included with the kit were 1.5. So they put in the wrong fucking bolts for the fucking thing. And again, I, like, checked over everything, made sure I didn't install the wrong screws in the wrong spot, looked through all the fucking boxes to make sure I'm not fucking missing anything. So Rogue sent me the fucking thing with the wrong size fucking bolts so that, you know, you just waste your time and get frustrated. Book, though, donate $2. I also made a weird video about you. Can you understand what he's trying to say?
There is more than one way for a book to be non-vegan. These are leather. One of the reasons why I have them in a bag is that I do not want to breathe the dust as that leather rots away, flakes off the edges, and, you know, floats into the air and then settles into my lungs. But I ask you, what would vegan gains do? What would an extremely ethical person like Richard, vegan gains, do if he had bought this book? He's here reading about how travel is not the meaning of life. Everywhere you go, you don't escape yourself. And then he discovers this book has been stolen from the College of William and Mary. It's not ex libris. No. Someone stole this and sold it on the internet. Do you think I should get in touch with the college and return it? Vegan Gains swore he would never use antidepressants. He used antidepressants. He swore he would.
I never swore that I wouldn't use antidepressants. At one point, I believed they were not useful and had bad side effects. And then when my depression became more severe and I was absolutely desperate and I was going to kill myself anyway, I used antidepressants. And they worked to some extent. They kept me alive for as long as, they worked.
Never use steroids.
I never swore I wouldn't use steroids.
He is openly using steroids right now on his YouTube channel today. If you want to learn ancient Latin, are you willing to cross that line? Are you willing to own books made out of leather or books that are, in a sense, the proceedings of a crime?
What in the fuck point is he trying to make? What in the hell does buying a leather book have to do with me taking steroids? Those two things are completely and utterly unrelated. He's kind of insane, and again, I don't know where he got the idea that I swore I would never do steroids. At one point, I thought it was a bad idea to do them, and I changed my mind. I never made a commitment to never do them. He's a fucking retard. Veganism, donate $2. Is this a good use of... I think Streamlabs isn't working properly. I'm gonna restart OBS. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna restart OBS. It's not working properly. Veganism, donate $2. This is a good use of AI.
I think we should give respect to the animals we consume. I think we should give.
Yeah, it's fairly decent. That's basically how every vegan debate goes. Thanks for the donation, dude. Skirt on $2. There's some reports that the Liberals' upcoming budget may not receive a majority vote in the House since talks with the NDP and Bloc aren't going well. In that case, it would trigger another election. You in favor of another election? The link you gave me is broken, but that would be nice, because then the Conservatives have another opportunity to win. I do not want the Liberals in power. Thanks for the donation, Skir.
You will not believe who the young turds are defending VG.
Why is the thing, Oh. Okay. Let me see.
It makes me sick that they think we're this dumb. 85% of Gaza has been destroyed in this pre-planned, controlled demolition.
Great, I don't care. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
2 millimoles or 93 milligrams per deciliter, which could also be because of the stress from the study. However, his hemoglobin A1C, which is glycated.
Why in the fuck would I contact Rogue and have them send me the stupid
I
screws?
see you worked out earlier today. How are you feeling? How was your workout? How is Clarence?
I didn't work out. I was trying to assemble the belt squat. I'm way too sick to exercise. And, feeling really terrible. I probably shouldn't have bothered assembling that belt squat, because, I think it made me more sick. And Clarence is also sick. He got sick and he gave me his sick, and we're both sick. Thanks for the donation, James. Yeah, dude, why in the fuck would I contact Rogue for 2 fucking little screws when I could just go to the hardware store? I'm not gonna wait 2 weeks or something for them to ship me some dumb thing.
Glycated hemoglobin, reflecting average blood sugar over the past few months, was 6.2%, which is in the pre-diabetes range. With age, blood sugar regulation
I actually
worsens.
ordered a set of... I ordered a set of screws on Amazon. Well, technically they're not screws, they're bolts. If I have trouble sleeping again tonight, I'll probably just go out and pick up...
Are the young turds really dumb enough to support Candace VG?
Yeah, like, here's the thing. Candace Owens is probably more delusional than Alex Jones. She is now claiming the Trump administration is responsible for assassinating Charlie Kirk because they're working and coordinating with Israel. Like, she says the most delusional, unhinged, retarded shit, and then they're trying to act as though she's a reliable source of information on anything. It's like they've lost their fucking minds. I think some of what they're doing is entirely cynical, where they're just referencing Candace Owens because she's a popular social media figure. So it's still stupid. Like, they're completely and utterly ruining their credibility.
All right.
Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Innocent Palestinian children deserve to get bombed. You can at least agree with that, right? If you don't, then please stop calling yourself vegan.
Well, I don't know if you can call them innocent. They're all cunts. So, you know. Fuck. Yeah, if I'm not able to sleep tonight, I'm gonna go out and get some edibles, and I might just go to Home Depot and try to find a 3/8 bolt there. Assuming the Amazon package doesn't come in first. I feel fucking terrible.
What Candace really said that, my god.
Yeah, she's a fucktard. Thanks for the donation, dude.
I meant don't deserve to get bombed. And children are innocent.
No, they're not. Thanks for the donation, dumbass. Dodo donates says been doing live streams every day.
Jeffrey keeps changing his mind. In the gym, he says he's bulking, but then tomorrow he says he's cutting, and then the next day he says he's bulking again. Jeffrey, push pull legs, upper lower, full butt. Jeffrey, stick to one path. Wait, what's this? Now he's trying to become an entrepreneur. But why does he keep switching business models? You're never gonna build success like this, and even if you do.
Of course they deserve to get bombed, soul child. Hashtag Nazi children's lives don't matter at all.
Yes, that's true. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. So, this is insane. This just shows you Hamza doesn't know fucking shit about anything. So, like, you can still make money on YouTube. Crypto... If you're basically doing insider trading, you can still make money on it. AISAAS, I don't know what the fuck that even is, agency. But drop shipping and Amazon FBA, you literally cannot make money doing these things. Like he has no fucking clue.
Models. You're never gonna build success like this, and even if you do, you'll lose it. You need to strengthen your mind just...
That's not worth watching.
EBT, I used to get $740 a month for my 2 kids, and we're not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT. They saying I gotta work 20 hours a week. I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here. This is what Americans, taxpayer, work for us. They work for me. They gotta help me feed my fucking kids. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be quitters now. Y'all been helping us all this fucking time. Now y'all want to tap out.
Well, I guess Trump's doing something right.
5 days without food. 5 days ago, my food stamps were taken from me. Stolen from me. With no warning. No warning. Today, I get this food stamp letter from the fucking food stamp office telling me not only...
Decreased my EBT from $4,300 a month to $19 a month. There's no way she was receiving $4,300 a month in EBT. We looked this up before. EBT benefits are generally $250 per person. So, assuming her and her kids get EBT benefits, that would be about $1,750. There's no fucking chance she's getting $4,300 a month. So, this is fake. These are fake posts.
Has been raised with 3 sisters and with me as a mom, and I need to make sure he knows the difference between princess treatment and bare minimum, okay? And who better to have here than his big sister Kelly? It's going down. All right, it's getting hot out here.
Like,
that's right.
Sure, she comes home to a clean
Democrat right now in America. Mayor Pete.
Is that a gay joke?
No. Mayor Pete. No. Well, no, it's just that he's not particularly masculine. Nobody's like, oh, Mayor Pete, he's a badass. Chuck Schumer. Is anybody like, hey, Chuck Schumer holding up an avocado and a beer to talk about the Super Bowl? Is anybody like, hey, that's a dude I want to hang out with?
But Trump's like a grandpa.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Trump took a bullet in his ear and immediately stood up and said, fight, fight, fight. Every man in America and most of the
Great. Dodo, donate chillers. Did you hear about the NBA gambling mafia thing? I did.
Damon Jones and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown.
Similar thing has been going on in college sports for the longest time. That's how a lot of college athletes make money. So, nothing about that surprising. Trump pardoned a crypto criminal, wonder why.
Explain why you chose to pardon him, and did it have anything to do with his involvement in
Which
your
one? Who is
family's,
that?
the founder of Binance? He has an involvement in your own
The
family's
recent
crypto
one, yes.
business.
I believe we're talking about the same person because I do pardon a lot of people. I don't know. He was recommended by a lot of people. A lot of people say that. Are you talking about the crypto person? A lot of people say that he wasn't guilty of anything. He served 4 months in jail, and they say that he was not guilty of anything. That what he did, well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about nothing. You fake news. But let me just tell you that he was somebody that, as I was told, I don't know him. I don't believe I've ever met him. But
You don't know nothing about nothing, but I don't know who he is. I was told about this thing.
I've been told by a lot of support. He had a lot of support. And they said that what he did is not even a crime. It wasn't a crime. That he was persecuted by the Biden administration. And
The founder of Binance.
Jeez. Well, that's a nice little kitty. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Why do these Christian parents get so butthurt when they find out their child is LGBTQ?
I don't know, man. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Typical Trump.
Yeah. Ugh. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. By the way, VG, I'm playing Little Nightmares 3 because you refused to, and the game is actually good so far. I am mostly done with it. But you would have liked it. Think most of the bad reviews are because they reused a lot of enemies, but it's good. I don't know if I can trust you.
We're not going backwards, folks. And so this was a grueling time. And yes, am I angry that I'm not the one taking down John, the socialists and the communists? You're darn right I am. But you know what? The city means more to me than anything. And it is time for us as a family to come together. New York can't be Europe, folks. I don't know what is wrong with people. You see what's playing out in other countries because of Islamic extremism. Not Muslims, let's not mix this up. But those Islamic extremisms that are burning churches in Nigeria, that are destroying communities in Germany, that have taken over the logical thinking. And that's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for the family of New York. That's why I'm here today to endorse Andrew Cuomo to be part of this fight. And I'm going to give it my all these next few days to make sure that black and brown communities specifically who have believed there's nothing.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, that debate made Zoran look really bad and people don't vote for him.
So it's expected to result in higher blood sugar, but it's still not most optimal. His C-peptide was 0.3 nanomoles per liter, which is on the lower end. This means that his body wasn't producing that much insulin, which explains the high blood sugar. So it looks like he had some early signs of poor insulin secretion and declining beta cell functioning in the pancreas. His kidneys were working normally as his creatinine was 82 micromoles per liter, which converts to 93 milligrams per deciliter. And because of that,
creatinine is not a marker of kidney health. It's a marker of muscle metabolism. You need C-reactive protein. Or sorry, cystatin C to measure kidney health. And with the cystatin C, you can get a true measurement of glomerular filtration rate.
his EGFR was 78, which could be better, but creatinine isn't the best marker of kidney health. So how did this guy become the Michael Jordan of 80-year-olds? Well, he grew up in a farm, and he was working in the fields already at the age of 13. This gave him an incredible baseline for fitness and muscle strength, because it's hard work that takes many hours every day. Interestingly, he never did formal competitive sports, or at least there are no records of it. But it might be that he still did some recreational sports, because it looks like he loved to exercise. In his later life, between the ages of 70 to 80, he was reported to have had a structured exercise program. 3 sessions per week, approximately 90 minutes total per week. 20 minutes of endurance, including moderate to threshold intensity, and around 10 minutes of strength training, focusing on upper body and core, performed with 10 to 12 reps per set. He also continued to do ultra-endurance ski and bike races, Vasa Lopet 90 kilometers and Birkebeiner 54 kilometer ski races. He finished at the ages of 69, 71 and 74. That's a great achievement for someone in their 70s. Birkebeiner mountain bike 89 kilometers and a half marathon 21 kilometers at the age of 74. His daily step count was around 10,800, which is above average. In total, he spent about 2 hours 20 minutes doing moderate activity and 12 minutes of vigorous activity per week that got his heart rate high. This means he did 7 times more moderate physical activity and 2 times more vigorous activity than the current guidelines recommend. It means that to be as fit as a 35-year-old at the age of 80, you need to be training a lot more than the bare minimum. This guy is a perfect example of old man strength that I talked about. He's not too bulky, he's not massive, but he's pretty strong and overall very fit. You bet that if you shook his hand, he would have a very strong grip because he did a lot of farm work. But most importantly, he did a combination of aerobic exercise and resistance training. Many people neglect one or the other. A 2020 meta-analysis of 11 studies found that resistance training alone was associated with a 21% lower risk of mortality, but combined with aerobic exercise, it was a 40% lower risk. So you should do both. Unfortunately, we don't have any information whether or not this guy is still alive, because the study was done 10 years ago. He would be 90 years old right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was still alive, because he was in top 0.1% of health when he was 80 years old. Now, he did have poor beta cell functioning and poor insulin secretion, which could have decelerated his health quite rapidly over the last 10 years. But the most important thing is that if you want to be as fit as a 35-year-old at the age of 80, to be able to run, to walk without a cane, and just be...
I mean, I don't know why, if he found something like that out, he wouldn't be prescribed Lantus or something.
Be independent, even get off the toilet without assistance, then you need to start taking care of your physical health and fitness much sooner than that. You can choose which direction your health is heading towards, and it starts today.
How can Mamdani be a jihadist Islamist if he wants to legalize prostitution, is pro-LGBTQ+, and like a million other things I could mention? This is pure Islamophobic fear-mongering. I would agree he's a bad choice if he were actually a jihadist, but he's not.
He is in fact a jihadist, and Muslims are all in favor of prostitution. Go to any Muslim majority country, there's prostitutes fucking everywhere. There's about 10 times more whores in Muslim countries as in non-Muslim countries. Like, these are very male-dominant patriarchal societies with, like, weird sexual hang-ups, so... being Muslim doesn't mean you're against prostitution. On top of that, the guy is also a communist. He has a lot of stupid beliefs. Thanks for the donation, stupid.
Belt squats are gonna blow up your legs. Some better wheels and you can get on stage. Your upper body is there already, bro.
Yeah. Where was the thing? Maybe I can edit this video on stream or something. But, yeah, I think my upper body is already big enough to be competitive for a pro card. I grew so fucking much. Dude, it is crazy how well steroids work. Like, this is more than I ever could have fucking hoped for. This is less than 3 months on gear, and I'm not even taking high doses. And I just blew the fuck up. It's kind of insane. But yeah. The belt squat should help. I'm also gonna get a leg press and pendulum squat. I think I did a... Wait. Here we are. So yeah, I think in the next year I can probably compete on stage. Thanks for the donation, Yoshi.
Would you debate Facek? He's some carnivore dork that's been talking trash about you on his streams.
Like, I guess I would... It would be absolute cancer. I mean, debating these carnivore fucktards is like debating a flat earther. So you just get to a point where they deny, like, clear, obvious, undeniable facts, and... Like, if you're not even operating within the same realms of reality... it's not much of a debate. It's just stupid. So, like, yeah, I do it. It's more just to embarrass him than to have any kind of productive discussion on anything. But the guy's a complete joke. Like, he talks about the carnivore diet being the ideal diet, and he has, like, some stupid idea that raw dairy increases height, which there's no fucking evidence for whatsoever. But the guy is unfit, out of shape, doesn't exercise, and, like, I mean, he's just a complete fucking joke. Like, it's kind of funny, too, that the dude's, like, obsessed with his face, but, like, his body is just trash. As if the way your body looks has no effect on your attractiveness.
So even though clavic... Hello guys, today we're checking out...
This dude's a pencil neck fucking loser. Yeah, he never showed, like... Somebody told me he said he doesn't like exercise or weight training because it hurts. The dude's just a fucking out-of-shape dork. But then he says his diet is the ideal human diet. It's funny how he's following the ideal human diet, but he literally doesn't have the energy or motivation to exercise. Thanks for the donation, dude. Dodo, donate $2. No VG, I'm serious, I'll finish playing, but I still think you should play it. Here, watch for 1 minute, you can just see there's plenty of new and interesting parts of the game. Don't trust the reviews, I'm telling you. That looks pretty boring. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
And Muslims love to clown their anti-sex.
Yeah, they're definitely not. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Dodo donated $2. Speaking of enemies and little nightmares, he looks like one. Yeah, he's old. There's a filter. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Dodo, donate $2. Someone's losing their mind.
There is more than one way for a...
Yeah, somebody already sent me this. He literally lied about my stance on antidepressants and steroids. And he compared it to buying books with leather, which I do not understand the comparison. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo. Face Doo-Doo donated $2. Do you agree with the syllogism? P1, rational discourse on a topic requires those in favor of and opposed to a proposition to have rational arguments. P2, there are no rational arguments against veganism. C, rational discourse on veganism is impossible. I disagree with P2. Yeah, I don't know why I'd agree to P2. You can have rational arguments against veganism. There's nothing inherently irrational with saying you personally believe certain beings don't deserve human rights. Like, even if you take the position that some human beings should have their human rights taken away, that position isn't inherently irrational. You might disagree with it, but it's not inherently irrational. Thanks for the donation, Face Doodoo.
A lot of Christians believe that the earth is flat too often, using the Bible as proof of that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. I really don't want to watch this Pierce Morgan video. I like his intro. Are dentists in Canada idiots like in the US? Thought I'd ask if earlier the slightly longer screws accidentally got used, so the shorter ones were too short.
Some people do deserve to have their rights taken or either like pedos.
Yes, thanks for the donation, Dodo. I've never had a bad experience with a dentist, so from my own personal experience, I can't say. I also quadruple checked to make sure I didn't use the wrong screws in the wrong spot. They just gave me the wrong set of screws. I looked over every bolt, and there's no other spot where there was that smaller bolt used anywhere. And the only two, bolts that were left were those ones that were too short. Quadruple checked everything, looked over the entire machine, looked through the entire set of instructions, and no, they just gave me the wrong size bolts. The bolts that they gave me were 1.5 inches when they should have been 1.75 inches. Let me see. Right now. Instructions PDF. I don't know, that is bizarre how, they don't just link to the PDF for assembly. It's so weird. Oh. No, so these are supposed to be 2.25 inches. The ones they included were 1.5. I measured them. So... Oh, no, wait, sorry. Yeah, no, these are the ones. So 3/8, 1.75. And... So the 3/8, 1.75, those are the ones that are supposed to be used for the pulley wheel. And I measured them. They're actually 1.5 inches. So that 1/4 inch difference is why I can't screw it on. When you put it through the hole, it only reaches to the beginning of the other hole. It doesn't poke past, so you can't screw it on. So there's no other bolts in the entire machine that have that dimension. There's only 2 sets of the 3/8 inch bolts. There's the 4 inch, which are used for the nylon stopper. And then there's the other 3/8 that are used for the pulley wheel. And rather than giving me the 1.75 inch, they gave me 1.5 inch. So, again, there's no way I could have fucked this up. There's no other 3/8 bolts in the whole package that I could have mixed up. So I quadruple checked. I looked through the PDF as well. There's no way I could have mistakenly put the wrong 3/8 thing. So, yeah. And then here in the instructions, it says 3/8 by 4 inch. And that's for the the nylon stopper thing. So I couldn't have possibly made any error. They're the ones who fucked up and sent me the wrong thing. Which is just insane. You'd think, like, their whole thing would be, like, pretty streamlined, where they couldn't make that kind of mistake. I don't know how the fuck that even happens. Where they could put the wrong bolt in the fucking package. And again, like, if I bought a knockoff version of this from Alibaba, like, if you go on Alibaba, there's Chinese manufacturers that make copies of the Rogue Rhino. I could understand, like, if I bought one of those machines from Alibaba, which is less than half the price, and then they ship me the thing with some of the wrong bolts, like, I wouldn't really care, because it's like, okay, I bought it off Alibaba, it's less than half the price, oh well, I'll just go to the hardware store. But, like, when you spend $5,000 for a machine that's made in America, it's like the genuine product, you're paying top fucking dollar, and then they don't include the right things in the fucking, assembly. It's so fucking annoying. It's like, getting spat in the face. It's so stupid.
Here is a photo of us my mom took when we saw you at Vegfest. I'd what it was called.
Bad URL. The link you gave me is broken. Yeah, it won't open. Thanks for the donation though, Carl. Only person I've seen do the incline side laterals like you is basement bodybuilding, but he doesn't go as heavy. I think when I was natural, I got up to 52.5 pounds or 53.5 pounds for the incline side laterals, but I was only able to get like, I think 6 or 7 reps. Now that I'm on steroids, I did 63.5 pounds. And I think it was for like 12. Yeah, it was either 10 or 12. But for side laterals, that's a huge difference. Like a 10-pound jump with like a 6 rep increase is massive. But I'm surprised more people don't do those, because they're actually like fucking god tier shoulder builders. I don't know if I've ever seen him do those.
Today's video, how I got jacked delts naturally, and this is something that a lot of people have been waiting a long time for me to release, so I want to give you guys my entire
experience, the number of people that have the drive and all the pieces and mechanisms to actually get to that point, they're special. They're pretty rare. I think that's a missing variable that isn't stressed enough with people that are successful. Is it's not just a calculus formula.
So to continue the pillars of programming and a lot of the conclusions that I've come to and a lot of the things
So which video does he do it in? Do you know? Because I don't think I've ever seen him do it. But I think they're the best exercise, at least in terms of isolation movements for building up your shoulders. Once I included those in my routine, like I very quickly noticed a big increase in shoulder mass. And that was when I was natural. And people were thinking I was on steroids back when I was natural, and particularly because of the shoulders.
Okay, here we go. I got 445 on there. I wanted to do 442, but I forgot my microplates, and of course Good Life doesn't have that. And so it actually went pretty good, despite not eating all that much. I noticed that my shin angle is very, I don't know, you call that shallow, not steep, the opposite of steep. I suppose I could look that up and redo this whole voiceover, but I'm not going to. I saw a girl that I went to high school with. She didn't recognize me. Otherwise, maybe she wouldn't have talked to me. I was sort of a heel in high school, I suppose you could say. But she was talking about my boots. She's like, those are like the original platform shoes. She meant weightlifting shoes. I'm like, yeah. I think she liked them. At least I'm telling myself that. But anyways, and I told her, she didn't recognize me, obviously, and so then I told her, I'm like, oh, that's because I lost half my hair. She's like, what, was it longer? Okay. You know, I was just trolling some girl on Instagram. You know the saying, don't feed the trolls? Well, if I get the reaction, I've been this way my whole life. But if I get the reaction from someone, I suppose it's sort of sadistic. It's a playful sadism, though. All right, it's not a riding crop and I don't know, ball in the mouth sort of sadism. Okay, it's fun. Well, I suppose they might consider that fun. To me, it's fucked. Anyways, I said, she posted some lift. I'm like, hey, Larry Wheels has bigger calves than somebody. I said some other things too. Oh, all right. Anyways, so Alex Eubank, his career is teetering on the brink of total irrelevance. He still hasn't fixed that underbite. There might be a looks-maxing way to fix that. He's got those eyes. He's got those 90 IQ eyes. It's like you just put fucking long hair on me with some blonde highlights. I'll be Alex Eubank. It's more aesthetic. So Alex Eubanks decided to go to the most dangerous gym in America, Diamond Gym. Alright, and I was thinking the other day, Diamond Gym, that sounds Jewish, but no, it's full of, well, it's got at least 2 Muslims in it. It's got Hadi, and it's got Unk. And so hopefully Alex Eubank dunks on Unk, and he puts him in his place. We're going to check it out. And no, I'm not going to activate Windows.
There's no way that you don't throw up. Like, if I throw up, I'm hoping you're throwing up too.
You sound like a real right now.
I'll hang with Hattie. It's just maybe not the weight. The weight I probably can. The weight I can't. I can't.
You gotta do Unk's weight even if you weigh 120 pounds. Otherwise, no, well, there's no water either way, but you're gonna be in trouble.
This is gonna be Alex. Oh, hey, what's up, y'all? Oh, all right, bro.
Yes, spare me again.
You just show a 6-pack already?
No, I put my arms. It's a crop
A
top.
crop top. I'm a homo. I'm a homosexual. I wear a crop top.
Weeks out, I don't need my confidence up.
You said 400 weeks out?
Shit. He's being funny right now.
Here now, I don't give a f.
That's so
We're gonna be nice to you and all that now, but he do got something for you.
He do got something for you.
Yeah, well, it looks good on him, right?
Well, I know we're matching.
I'll make sure.
Hey, good to see you, bro. Bro, all this is yours if he throws up and crawls out of the gym. No.
What are those? Pillows?
What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Another day here at the infamous Diamond Gym. Y'all know where we at. Y'all know what we do.
That's a Saudi Arabian accent, for those of you who don't know.
I rage baited him We got him in the building. I sweet talked him the whole way here. I told him, you know, bro, we're gonna be good. You're gonna make it out alive. Everything's gonna be okay. We walked in the door.
How much are you gonna pay me?
Everything I said, it's a dead body. That's what it is.
I'll do a workout for these guys with these guys for $200,000, and they gotta do my fucking exercise program. I'm not doing their fucking dumbass shit.
Yeah. You'd have to pay me really good fucking money to work out at that fucking gym. These people train like absolute fucking retards.
200K. 190.
It's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a good time. I told Alex I think this would be good for him to come in here and feel this. Just so
Feel this?
You know, feel and see what he got.
What's he talking about?
I think I'm gonna do great.
I love the confidence, bro. I think you're gonna die.
Famous last word. Just roll the clip.
Just roll the clip. How you feel? No, tell him really how you feel. Like, what are you expecting? What do you think is coming?
I mean, I know it's gonna be difficult, and I'm like looking forward to it. I just like, it's a lot of people here. It's a lot of people. I think more so, I'm just like,
This is the most black people I've ever seen.
People. I feel like I'm overstimulated, but once I start like dying, then I'll be like,
yeah, you won't even see them no more. Once you go black, you ain't gonna see nothing but what's in front of you.
We're already black.
That's why. Honestly, like I'm trying to like keep it chill, but
it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't blame you. I'm nervous every time I come in here too.
I carved up for this though.
You taking pre?
I don't think I'm gonna do pre. I'm gonna go no pre.
I'm not gonna do pre because it's 8 p.m.
today. I think I'm gonna fuck my stomach today.
You know me. You know what I'm doing.
No, I can't take it.
What, huge supplements?
Unless they got like an energy drink. I feel like you don't need caffeine when you're doing it. I think it's just all mind game.
Whatever you say, what you say, bro. Yeah, it don't matter to me. I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm super.
I ain't sleeping tonight.
Drink? Or Steve said something about I'm not allowed to have water. Is that some shit?
If it feels like
what are the rules of rules of engagement? That's what I'm wondering.
Alright, give me the rules. No closing your eyes. Okay? At all. Don't close your eyes under any circumstance. No sitting down at all. I don't care how tired you are. No getting on your knees when you get up from the push-ups. You're supposed to have a hoodie on. You're gonna take his.
Wait, so which?
Why in the fuck would you work out in a hoodie if it's too hot?
What do you mean? You can't go on your knees. So what if you can't do something? Just get up, stand up.
You gotta stand up. Don't get on your knees.
Roll onto your back, and then do a Shawn Michaels kip up, and then super kick someone.
Get on your knees when you pray, my brother. And just be wise.
So no sit, eyes open, can't go on my knees.
How are we supposed to pray to Allah?
And then the water rule is very, I don't know, it depends on how he's feeling. Sometimes I get away with water, sometimes I don't.
As long as you're going as hard as I am, I'll be good.
Bro, you don't gotta worry about me, gang.
I thought I was gonna get like
this is what I do. I live for this. This is what wakes me up in the morning.
We should be chilling.
You should be good, man.
As long as I'm...
Okay.
Yo, 15 burpees, everybody, go.
Son.
Oh, shit.
No, he's your man. You ain't telling me before we And he got a wrist. Yo, 30.
30 burpees. Now everybody gonna pay because of his ass. Yo, what you mean, get you? Where is it?
I don't know where the things are.
There it is.
That's my gay jewelry that I just bought at the gift shop.
I might have an extreme opinion on this, but I think jewelry on men is just insanely gay. Earrings look gay to me, rings are gay, necklaces are gay. I don't even understand, like, jewelry. It's fucking stupid.
Okay, here we go.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
And I'm snitching, because what'd you say earlier to me?
It's my grade.
Oh god.
I feel great.
This is a fucking indoctrination camp. China has these. They try to teach Muslims to not be Muslim anymore. And if you go here, you just get turned into a fucking hoodlum.
Pretty fun. It's hard, but it's 100% a mind game. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I assume if you go there and you're already an aspiring hood, and then you get your hood card when you complete the workout. If Unc likes it, if he gives you the lick, the tongue out of the mouth and nod, that's a sign of approval.
You have to do it to get to the next level. Simple.
Cal, 100. Yeah. On you. Catch your breath for a second, but you gotta go. Let's go. 100. 2, 3, 4.
100 reps.
5, 6.
He's got a guy counting for him.
8, 9, 10. Be a dog. Be a dog. You got 90 more. Go. 12, 13, 14. Oh.
Yeah, I have a friend who really likes watches. Some of it has to do with like his dad. His dad was into watches, but like having to wear shit like that is just annoying to me. Especially some of those like big luxury watches. They're like just in the way when you do stuff.
15,
Just being an Arabic thing, I don't know.
17.
If someone gifted you a diamond or gold bracelet or necklace, would you wear it? No.
18. Go. Go. I need you to let the dog out. Alex. You got 300 push-ups. Oh, you out here. I need you to let the dog out, Alex. Come on. 24. 25. 26. That's not. Nah. What the f*** you doing? What the f*** you doing? Come on. That's doing. Come on. That's 26. You're not even close yet. Go.
He's like, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready for this shit, because the streets, they're gonna molest you. Alright, you complete that set, otherwise I'm gonna molest you.
Come on.
I didn't want to say the word, because then you might get demonetized. You're just gonna do that to me anyways.
You're not alone.
They don't want me to be rich.
Come on. 32. Oh, yeah. 33.
33, stop at 33.
Come on.
Oh.
I need more. 35. Yo, I got a body shot. It's 2 stops.
I got a body?
Yo.
I have a body too.
He's pissing me off. What you got going on? How many stops is that?
Uh-oh.
It is a body shot. He ain't exempt. Get him. Zip. Go.
Wait, maybe you get punched if you put the weight down, if you don't do 100 reps in a row.
My house, my rules. 37. 38. 39. Let's go. 40. Now keep going. 60 more.
60 more.
Where'd you go when there's nothing left?
I think that guy Tyrese from Fast and Furious. He was actually just talking about.
None of this jewelry on my arm is real. Don't love me because of no fucking diamonds. Take all this shit. This bracelet right here look real as a motherfucker. This shit was $23 on Amazon.
Are those earrings real?
No. Know why it's not real? Because I've lost so much of this shit. I done spent $500,000 on the fucking watch. Call Jacob the jeweler, nigga. I'm good. I don't lose no sleep over trying to win the popularity contest from showing up with all this jewelry that I'm gonna leave on a nightstand and have a housekeeper to say, I don't know. I'm sure you don't know. I'm sure you don't know what them $250,000 fucking $250,000 fucking earrings is at. I don't know. We looked everywhere. I'm sure you looked everywhere.
Yeah, shit just gets stolen. You end up getting targeted by criminals. And nobody can even tell the difference anyway. There's no way to tell the difference between fake and real jewelry. Like, you literally have to get a magnifying glass and shit, and, like, it's silly. It's really silly, buying real jewelry. But, yeah, that's some funny shit.
What you got when there's nothing left? It's all fun against you guys. Go! Let's go, Alex. Go! I don't like this shit.
This is the prison style training. Prison, you're in the jungle. You're in the jungle, and in the jungle, there isn't anybody that's going to get you water. Okay? And that's why we don't drink water in the gym. But also happens in the jungle is that, let's say you're a rabbit in the jungle, okay? A leopard might strike. Okay, you got to be ready for that. It's just like jail. A leopard might strike. And so we're going to get you ready for jail. I know what you're thinking. But I have no reason to go to jail. That's your problem.
3 stops, go! Go, grab it! Go! Go! Where you at?
How is Unc still so fat when he does these workouts? Must be too much Popeye's chicken.
That's 5 stops, Hardy. Go!
Oh,
Go!
seriously.
I can turn around, bro. Let's go! Turn around, bro. Stop walking away from me. Go! Let's go! Come on!
I'm not sure if this guy even works out much, because all I see him really doing is screaming at people.
Come on!
That's why women are always hiding their big diamonds.
Why even bother having them in the first place? Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
I spoke highly of you, Russ. Go! Go!
I smoke higher than you?
Go! There's no pass! There's no pass! You don't do your
What does that mean?
101. That's it. It's 200 for I did 200 already. I don't count. You count by 2. Come on. Alex, go! Yeah.
I lost count.
So where we at? You don't count. That's 6 stops. This is where it gets real now. This is where it gets real.
He's doing rest pauses, guys.
Come on. Come on. Go! Give me a number. Where the fuck is he at? So he ain't got no account. Don't nobody know those numbers? Where you at? 66?
He's somewhere up there.
Come on, 68? You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight.
69,
It needs
dude.
to fight now. That's 70. Come on. It needs a fight.
We're only fucking 10 minutes in. Not even.
It needs a fight.
Someone were to give you a gift, what would you want it to be apart from money? Either a car, a motorcycle, or workout equipment.
Stop. You got 30. What do you got? 24 left? Run it. Let's go. What now? What now? What do you do now? What do you do now when you got nothing left? What are you gonna do? I don't like them.
Take a break. Sit down. Not allowed, motherfucker.
What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now?
Like, what is the point of this?
Dig, go to your same tank. That's 8 stops. You got a reserve tank. That's 80 on top of the 20. We had 100 push-ups.
Oh shit, 100 push-ups.
Go, let's go, kid.
So you gotta be ready for this, because this is what jail's like. Alright, but I'm not a criminal. That's fucking 500 push-ups.
Come on, Alex. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Just for that stupid thing you just said.
We're counting on you. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you, bro. What are you gonna do?
At least he's got his back.
Don't leave us out alone. Don't leave us out alone. Don't leave us out alone.
What the hell does that mean?
Don't leave us out alone. Where you at? How many stops you got?
If you come from the hood, your goal, I'm going to give you your goal. Okay? I know what people are going to say. You wouldn't say anything. You wouldn't say any of the things you're saying to these guys' faces. I never want to be around people like this, ever. You're stupid if you do that. So if you're in the hood, your goal should be to get the fuck out of the hood.
Yeah.
3 stops. 100? It's 100?
It's like, what the hell's his name? Low tier God. He's like, I got roasted for not having the best shoes, roasted for not having the best clothes by black people, roasted for this by black people, roasted for talking like a white guy by black people, roasted because of this and because he plays video games, and he's like, white people never gave me any issues.
Yeah.
You motherfucker. Everybody out since I want to lead and get comfortable. 15 burpees. Get the out. Thank you, Al.
Maybe you should do the burpees, chunk.
What's your count? 15. I got 40. 60. Good, stop. Al, oh, you gotta do your little burpees with Al. Don't worry about it. Come back to me. 15 burpees, thanks to Al.
Shit ain't no fucking game, bro.
Ain't no fucking game, bro. She don't leave us alone there, bro. What you gonna go?
They're just push-ups now. It's just a bike.
It's just a bike. No, it's a board.
Let's go. Come on, y'all woke me up today. Y'all brought me out here. I need something.
Go! Get your fucking hand off that and go. Go. This ain't no joke. See the smile on your face. I hit that fucking head.
Ain't no joke.
Fight! 50, fucker.
Yo. Phone down. 50.
You do realize that you're twice the size of Alex? That's a fucking 5 million push-ups, motherfucker.
Let's go. Ladder up. Gotta go there now. 50. Now you gotta fight. Now you got no choice but to fight.
This is a stupid workout.
So give me what you got.
So they just keep doing straight arm pull downs and push-ups the entire time?
Can't do the same push-ups. I did those ones before.
Oh, right there, go money.
Come on. Shit. Come on, dig, Alex. Reserve tank, baby. Reserve tank. When the tank runs out, you go to the reserves. Come on. No more time to think.
Does your car have a reserve gas tank? Mine doesn't.
Just fight. Make it through. Make it through. Make it through. Make it through. Come on.
Sometimes I gotta pause. That's why I'm a little slow. I gotta pause to think about these profound things that are coming out of these guys' mouths.
What are you at, 10? Was that 10? 12? All right, so why are you turning away from the machine? If you in a fight, you gonna turn away from them?
It's an inanimate fucking object.
Come on. Hey, go.
Whoa! Aren't you glad you came here, Alex?
Yeah, really. Like, dude, I'd leave after somebody does that.
That's not exactly a George Foreman body blow, but you invited me over here, now you're assaulting me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like, I just leave. Like, is he that desperate for views?
Come on, Alex. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now it's just about fighting, bro. You gotta scrap. You gotta scrap. You gotta scrap. Come on. You gotta, I'll tell him something, bro. Come on. Come on.
Dude, this is so stupid. He's not even doing
You gonna
anything.
die, or you might do both. You just gotta give a fuck.
Die to live, motherfucker.
Sad block donatillers. If you were balding, would you take finasteride to prevent further hair loss, or would you just rock the bald look? I just go bald. Worried about the side effects, and I'm kind of a hypochondriac. Steroids might accelerate hair loss, but if you're bound to go bald, like if you end up losing hair from steroids, you were bound to go bald anyway. Vigorous Steve has run extremely high doses of testosterone.
Do you think Haddy is natty?
Yeah, he probably is. Thanks for the donation, nigga. So, Vigorous Steve has done very high doses of testosterone. He's also done very high doses of Masteron, which is well known for being very hair melting, and he also runs Primobolan like kind of nonstop, and that's also known to cause baldness. Like it's particularly bad for triggering hair loss, and he has no hair loss whatsoever. So there are people who just have genes to keep their hair. They don't have much androgen receptors in their scalp. And then there's people who are just going to go bald. So, you know, I think the whole male pattern baldness thing is massively overhyped. Nobody cares if you lose your hair. Unless you're like, you know, some extremely handsome Swedish dude with, you know, beautiful blonde locks, and chicks are like always complimenting you on your hair. Like girls just don't care about your hair. most dudes just have hair on their head. Like, that's it. There's nothing special about it. Thanks for the donation, though, Sad Block. Blackberry, $92.
I fucking hate children.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
22 more. 22 more. What you got in your tank, bud? What you got in your tank, bud? Come on. Come on. Come on.
That guy's doing like obscene lifting right here. It's okay.
I don't know what he's doing. 37. These are effort reps 38. And integrity reps. Come on, that means 39. Finish the fucking 41. Come on, come on, come on.
Yo, this falls out again, I got a body shot. Stop slipping.
Go! Come on.
Now finish. That's 3 stops. Now finish.
Come on. Finish!
Dude, I know broke, fat, bald dudes who get bitches. Women are attracted to masculinity. Like, that's all there really is to it. I have seen time and time again really good-looking, handsome dudes, full head of hair, jacked, and they have terrible luck with women, and it's just because they act like fucking beta males, so... being bald is not going to reduce your chances with women.
Thinking too much. That's thinking she's not gonna help you. 42. You gotta scratch. 44. You gotta scratch. 5. Come on. You gotta scratch.
This is what we'd call baby reps.
You gotta scratch. 48. Give me the fight. 49. Give me the fight.
Like, he's literally doing nothing at this point.
Yo. Time out. Grab his camera. Grab his camera.
That's my property. 901.
Some Eric, grab his phone. I got you. 30 burpees.
This guy's lucky he's not in an open carry state.
Yeah.
Maybe New Jersey, I don't know.
Over there. Yo, 50, right? Yo, put him. I want to see him do it. I want to see his body on this board right here. Put that body on this board.
This is so stupid.
3 stops. That's 30 plus 25. That's 55. Let's go.
This guy's chimping out.
Then why are people like Tim Pool always hiding their bald heads from sight?
Well, Tim Pool is hideous. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Like, if Tim Pool were to just shave his head, you know, it wouldn't be that bad, but, his, like, weird...
Unk actually made everyone in the gym run hill sprints at one point while doing none himself, lol.
Oh, that's funny, yeah, well... There's a reason why he's overweight. Thanks for the donation, nigga. Like, I mean, Tim Pool's fat, but, shit. Like, when you got this gross fucking hair growing here with, like, this just looks awful, but I don't know why that's so small. Like, if he were to just shave his head, like, he's still fat and not good looking, but just shave your head.
I don't like none of that shit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll take those push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He doesn't have an inner monologue.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, cameraman. That was 55. Give my fucking blood. Go get it.
Give my money. Give my push-ups, Alex. Come on, we're not here to play.
You've been through worse than this. I gotta see it.
People, do you know, okay, how many of your families have been the recipients of food stamps Where does that come from?
Oh, shit. Finish. I'll yell to you.
Not Hattie's family. Well, maybe. I don't fucking know.
I got all day. Stop. It's pissing me off. That pissing me off, too. One more.
Oh, he's not feeling good. His knee touched the floor.
Looks like you
Is there anyone who has more of a victim mentality than Frank? First Taban screwed him, then lawyers screwed him, then cops, then the Wagyu shipping company screwed him, then Alibaba screwed him, then his fridge broke, now his roof contractor screwed him.
Yeah, I don't even know why he bothers posting shit about it. He just likes to whine and complain. Thanks for the donation, Blackberry.
Since he came to my house without ringing my doorbell, yo, 30 burpees. Now, right there.
You a man, bro. Shaking too. We both shake. That shit over.
This guy.
Good.
Here too. Sucker.
The speaker, and he missed 30, all that herb.
All right, and then there's a speech at the end. Well, we're not mentioning anything good here. What are they? Oh, then it's just lat pull downs. Oh, here we go. It was hard. No doubt it's hard, but this is just a fucking waste of time. You go to the gym to get stronger, not just get verbally abused by a bunch of fucking morons.
Keep doing that little shit too. No, please. I got problems, bro. I'm mad. Don't.
The thing is that when I think of the civil service, all right, I'm not a fucking what do they call it, back the blue or whatever, but I'm not a fucking hater. And in Canada they have it's called like hashtag 911 I've got your back. I think of it kind of like the Yankees, where you need to be like clean cut, shaven. Maybe you can have a goatee, okay? All right. Maybe a mustache, although I fucking hate mustaches, but whatever. Maybe it's because they can't grow, and I'm just a hater because I'm just jealous. He has a Boys in the Hood haircut. That's something that you shouldn't have that haircut after the age of 7.
Touch me, don't trust me. Yo, all y'all wines gonna watch him hit me. Just stand there
And he's a firefighter.
like this. Yes.
Got it. Yes.
Oh, no, we're not.
Well, tell us how you
Yo,
feel.
send his to the hood.
Nah,
Come here.
it's on you.
Yeah.
Come. Please, listen.
Honest opinion.
I just want to hear this. Alex, please tell the people about your experience in diving gym. Please be
Oh my
honest.
god.
And don't
They got him to wear a fucking do-rag.
hold back.
I thought it was great. There's a few times where I definitely was like mentally like I'm about to walk out this bitch, sure. But then I'm like, everyone pushing you is kind of dope. And I don't want to look like a
Kinda
bitch for
dope.
everybody, so it kind of like makes you want to stay, bug it out. And
You gotta speak up a little bit, brother. They need to hear you.
It shows you my voice is cooked.
I feel you, man.
It kind of shows you just like you always got more in the tank when you think you already got more. I've known Hattie for like years, and like we used to train hard back on the come up on the social media. And I thought we used to train hard, but coming here, it's a different level for sure. It's more of it might not be like the optimal muscle thing, but I think it's so good for like training your mind further than just training a muscle, which I think is awesome, and a lot of people ought to try, so yeah.
I'm pretty sure you go to the gym to like get bigger and stronger, not to just fuck around and do stupid shit.
It was fun.
Dumb.
I honestly speaking, I pay attention to detail. I might not say a lot, but I pay attention to everything. And I keep telling Hottie, bring him here. I see what they say in the comment section. I see the flack he gets, all right? It's not easy.
It ain't easy.
Alex should have dropped the N-word right there.
Yeah. This diamond gym thing is so fucking stupid. I don't know why you'd ever want to be around these people.
Have you reacted to the new ments?
Thanks for the donation, nigga. I don't know what the new ments are. Let me see.
I was botched almost 2 years ago now by a very famous and wealthy plastic surgeon who I can only assume paid TikTok to have me deplatformed as I was a health and nutrition influencer before all of this surgery nonsense. My account, Frank Tufano, which I used to promote myself, my business, and everything, was permanently banned for violating the guidelines conveniently after I started exposing this doctor and it gained some traction. I'm guessing he paid some law firm, which then threatened me they'll get my accounts taken off, and it's not legal. You know, I filed multiple lawsuits in different courts. These judges don't care. They're all bought and paid for by all of these elite freaks that don't care about you, and I guess I'm on like my 10th account now. I mean, I'm gonna keep trying. What else can I do? You know, I got people handing out flyers and everything, but you can check out the website Botched by Tobias.
He makes the same video over
So
and over.
K Shammy posts a comment on my video. They were probably sent by the secret society, bro. And these guys are so arrogant because they know they control social media. He's here with Clavicular doing the peace sign, huh? What's that about? You know, why is Clavicular with this random guy doing the same thing? You got another photo here, Clavicular with some other random guy doing the peace sign. And then you got the owner of Base Body Works, another variation of it, and Clavicular doing the same thing. And this is the basic symbolism, and you'll see it all over social media. You'll see, if you just scroll on TikTok for one day, you'll see dozens and dozens of people making the peace sign, doing that. I'm not going to explain what it means, but it's the easiest way to identify who these secret society members are. It's kind of like their secret way, and it's so obvious, yet no one knows and no one thinks about it. Start paying.
Literally everybody does this. He's such a fucking retard.
If you understood how this whole plastic surgery system was set up, you would not get any surgery. All these doctors would go out of business, and the system might finally change because it's really set up for profit. And anything that goes wrong, which is probably between 5 and 15% of cases, who really knows, is swept under the rug, and these people's lives are ruined. So this girl, Emma, left a comment. The surgeon didn't see the problem and referred me to a psychiatrist when, you know, you could see her nose is clearly messed up. You know, that some horrific job was done by this doctor. Maybe it doesn't look as bad from the front, but you can clearly see that this doctor messed up her rhinoplasty, whatever procedure was being done, should have given her a complete refund and referred her to someone that was way more qualified and skilled than he was. Instead, he sends her to a psychiatrist, and that psychiatrist is getting paid or protecting his doctor buddy so that they both don't suffer any consequences. It's a horrific system, and these people should be out of business. If you understood...
Well, that's Frank. Thanks for the donation, Blackberry. I don't often buy mock vegan products, but the Follow Your Heart honey mustard dressing, ranch dressing's pretty good. I don't eat any, like, dressing.
He's being cheesy.
Focal point of one of the largest, youngest brands in the United States, if not global. You're the focal point, you're the point man. The pressure on that to exceed sales, to constantly look good, to constantly smile, constantly be happy. The pressure to still be a human and still have your off days, still put in the work. People don't see that side of the spectrum. Everybody just sees, oh, he got a nice car, he got a nice house. They don't see the other side. It reminds me of the Justin Bieber shit. It's like a song with Justin Bieber. He's like, nobody don't see the downside of this shit.
Yeah, that's referring to P. Diddy.
Great kid, young kid, but do y'all see the other side of this shit? The pain and pressure, he has to look perfect every time you see him. When he walks out the house, he has to go to the mall and be perfect. Every photo shoot perfect, because social media is the court of public opinion. He can't afford an off day, which is a up way to live. It's lucrative, but it's a up way to live. So my reason for bringing him here to the dirty section,
If he just always looked like shit like me, then it's easy.
the strength to fight those outside opinions, to fight those outside critics. Now I can say, you know what? F them. F them. Super f them. I'm gonna give it 100% off the camera, on the camera, and fuck them. If they're not happy, fuck them. I'm happy with myself. So the purpose of taking them through that shit was a reality check. 1, he got more in the tank. 2, he lasted. And 3, he has to have a mental fight for the rest of his life.
The key here is to the key here is to not don't care about what people on social media think about you when they say that you're a pretty boy, you're skinny, you went on steroids, and you said that you'd never use steroids, etc. So you're sort of a hypocrite, or you changed your mind and you can't do that. their approval. Okay, you just need to forget about that. You need to get our approval, and to get that, you have to resort to extremely bad form and to get no muscle gains. The whole reason why you're in the gym to get muscle gains, you can forget about that, because what you're going to do is you're going to do 100 fucking reps with 45 pounds, and then do fucking 30 push-ups in between each set. And that's a secret to becoming an ultra in-strength superhuman. Super fuck them. See ya.
Well, that was silly.
Good, bad, and ugly's been said about it. Tell me in your own words why you wrote the book.
Well, I feel like, I've stayed silent for 20 years trying to do right as a father and raise my children outside of the spotlight or Hollywood, whatever you want to call it, while so many others have told my story. I feel like my story's been told through a different lens, and now, finally, I'm ready to tell my truth.
For those who don't know the background to this, you dated Britney for 3 months. You then got married in July 2004. You had 2 sons between you in September 2005 and then September the following year. And you had pretty much full custody of those boys going forward when the troubles set in. They're now at adult age. Was that part of your calculation too, to wait until they were adults themselves?
Absolutely. I wanted to make sure that my kids had a chance to grow and really, give them a chance at a normal life, right? As much as I possibly could, which obviously was very difficult. And through the book, you'll find,
Imagine Mike Israetel going to that gym, lol. He would be getting bitch slapped for making a BBC joke, lol. Then he gets forced to do hill sprints.
Yeah, as stupid as Mike Israetel is, I don't see him ever going to that gym and training with those people. And he's a jiu-jitsu black belt. I think if they tried to fight him, he'd, at the very least, be able to defend himself. Oh, I think I have, like, a weird muscle knot in my forearm, and I'm trying to work it out. Jeez. That feels a lot better. Thanks for the donation, nigga.
Bad news, VG. It looks like Toy Story 5 will be woke.
It's a Jesse story, Tim Allen on Toy Story 5. Well, I probably won't watch that. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
All of the stories that led us up to this point. I was just a struggling father trying to give my kids a normal life.
It's been, I think, fair to say that you've been viewed as the bad guy in this for a long time in terms of relationship with Britney. I want to play a clip. This is from The View, the day after your divorce was announced.
Britney Spears is leaving K-State!
No, I don't know you. I've never met Britney, but I've got to say, I found that a pretty ugly spectacle. I don't think you'd see anything like that airing on American television now without them all getting fired. The kind of gleeful response to the breakdown of a relationship and a divorce, whatever the background, whatever was circulating in the media, that seemed to me actually pretty cruel. If you're you watching that, that's a pretty cruel thing to watch. What do you feel watching it back just now?
It hurts. I'm not going to lie to you. It hurts. And, I honestly think that even had to have hurt her, right? Because you're talking about a family being split. And that's not easy in itself. And to have that celebrated at a time where clearly she's spiraling, I fell into depression, and people were celebrating that. I mean, it's disgusting.
What is your view of the hosts of the View for what they did that day?
Well, I don't watch them, I'll tell you that.
I mean, the cast has changed significantly since then, but it's pretty shocking watching it, I have to say. I've done The View a few times, but it's pretty shocking to watch that actually go out. This was 20 years ago.
Right. I mean, and that's it. It's like, my life being told through a different lens has led to that you know, to all of that. And people feel like, and I think that by me staying silent, it also did the same thing, right? I think that people felt, you know, they had the right to go and say whatever they want because they knew that I wasn't going to come out and speak up for myself.
I mean, it's interesting to see the ringleader there was Rosie O'Donnell, who's now the lead attack dog against Donald Trump, has even left the country. So she can attack him, I think, from Ireland, where she now lives. But, you know, this is somebody who purports herself to be the kind, empathetic one, and Trump's the monster that has to be trashed all the time. When I watch her behavior that day towards you, again, I don't know you, but whatever had led up to that, the way she did that was like a circus ringleader, circus master, basically unleashing the dogs on you through a television.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's horrible, right? It feels horrible being judged by somebody that doesn't even know me. But I mean, really, if you want to judge me, look at what I've done as a father. Judge me off of my children. None of my children have been in trouble with the law. None of my children have been addicted to drugs. All of my children, every single one of them, and I have 6, are really good human beings with a good head on their shoulders, and they're all falling into their own. They know who they are. They know their identity. And that, you know, if you want to judge me on that.
Well, I've seen the reaction about you as a father, and it's generally positive. People, whether they love you or hate you, they all concede you've been a good father. And certainly taking custody of your 2 boys when Brittany was clearly unable to be a proper parent, that's very laudable, right? I give you credit for that. I guess the flip side of all this is that you know...
This is weird. I think there was a cyst in my forearm. There's like this hard, painful lump. And I just used this to massage it out. I don't feel the lump anymore, and I'm feeling like this weird fluid and creaking. That's strange. I don't know what the fuck that was. Yeah, really weird. And it doesn't hurt to bend my arm anymore.
Know that from 2008 to 2021, Brittany was put under a conservatorship, a legal arrangement, allowed her father to manage her financial affairs. And the reason for that was that she was clearly, and we see this to this day, you know, I don't know her, but I see the videos she puts out, I see some of the stuff that circulates around Brittany. This is a mentally unstable woman. She was then, she was during, she is now. That is why she didn't have the custody of your kids. You know this better than anybody. Right. And, you know, you've written a book, which is, you know, you're entitled to write a book. Let me just say that. You're entitled to have your say. But knowing her mental state, knowing how fragile she clearly is, you know, I see these videos she puts out of herself dancing, and honestly, they're tragic. They're tragic things to watch. It is a woman who was the biggest pop star on the planet who is clearly continuing to battle a lot of mental health issues. And it's sad to watch, and we all feel that, I'm sure, when we see these videos. But you've written a book, you know, you blame her for being a narcissist, for her own behavior. You say that she has nobody there that truly cares for. I'm sure that's right. You say that, you know, you talk about her mental issues. You talk about her being taken to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA and placed under psychiatric hold, the toughest night of your life. You talk about the impact on your kids. You do all this stuff. And I'm just thinking, as I'm reading all this, because it's graphically told, you know, how does this help Britney Spears? How does this not actually have an even more damaging effect on an already damaged woman? To have the intimate details of the breakdown of your relationship, the breakdown of her mental health, laid bare now in a book, and you going on a big media tour talking about all this. Now, she has said she's had enough writing. She put a comment out on her Instagram. The constant gaslighting from my ex-husband is extremely hurtful and exhausting. She said she's felt demoralized about the fractured relationship with your boys. I've always pleaded and screamed to have a life with my boys. She said she's only seen one of her sons for 45 minutes in the past 5 years. So quite a cry from the heart there. And I guess my question for you, Kevin, is, you've been a good father. You've brought these kids up well. They've obviously relied on that. They couldn't rely on their mother. But you know how damaged Britney is. Why would you deliberately seek to pour fuel on the flames of her mental illness in the way that you have with this book? Gold is up by more than 40% in value since the beginning of this year. And today's sponsor, Birch Gold, is marking Veterans Day with a tantalizing...
So there's quite a few reasons, right? For one, my family and I are tired of living the lie. For two, I want my sons and my family to be able to go out and live their lives out from under all of this, you know, and get out of the shadow of this. And a major, major part of why I'm doing this is because we have tried everything else, and I see no other way to try and get her help. I mean, you know, everybody's been alienated from the situation. So once we've done everything, this is like my last final straw of trying to plead for help and support for my sons to, you know, get her to a place where it's better. And I understand that this hurts and the truth hurts and all of that. And that is not what I want. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm trying to put a perspective on it and show people that help is needed now because time is running out.
And when you say time is running out, what do you mean?
It's exactly what it sounds like. I don't want my kids waking up having to deal with the unimaginable.
Their mother might die.
Yes. There's only two ways that this ends. two ways that this ends right now. We've seen it a million times with so many different people. And so
what are the
this
two?
is a cry
Kevin,
for
just to
help.
be clear, what are the two ways?
Either you get help or you don't.
Do you talk to Brittany at all?
I haven't spoken to her in years.
How many years?
I mean, at least 5, 6.
So when she says in this Instagram statement that she's only seen one of your sons for 45 minutes in the past 5 years, is that accurate?
No, that's not. She
what-
seen one of my sons. She saw one of my sons one day this year, and he decided not to go back over there because of what he saw. The other one, Jaden, who's my younger son, is 19 now. He's been over there quite a few times over the past year, and he stopped seeing her in the last few months because of the situation. And they're terrified, and they're worried about their mom, and they don't know how to help because of what all of this has caused.
Do you think the blaze of publicity around your book, though, is going to help, or could it be the trigger for the
Nighty-night,
disastrous
Jillington.
option that you've articulated?
I mean, I am hoping that it helps. This is a last cry.
There was this famous Free Britney movement. A lot of people felt that she was under a damaging control from her father. And in 2021, like I said, an LA judge ruled it was no longer required after fan pressure. You say in the book that this Free Britney movement, which was a push by fans and supporters to have the conservatorship terminated, may have started from a good place, but it vilified people around Spears so intensely that now professionals with the ability to help your ex-wife may be too afraid to step in. Just explain that.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, of how this situation that's been created to where nobody knows how to navigate the situation. I don't know that there's ever been any situation like this. Lawyers, judges, anybody, they're afraid to touch it. I mean, it's such a hard thing, right? And that is another purpose of why I'm going about it this way, because there is no other way. And that has been created from that movement.
Do you talk to Brittany's father at all?
Yes, I've spoken to all of her family members.
And do they share your concern about where things have reached?
Anybody that cares and truly cares about Brittany is worried about her right now, yes.
Do you still love her, Kevin?
I mean, yes, not in love with her, but I've always had love for her. She's the mother of my children. I don't want to see anything bad happen to her. Obviously, I want her to be able to share. I mean, look, I don't want to get into the details of, her privacy. Obviously, I've said so much in my book that, adding to that is not.
Yeah, but look, to be honest with you, that's where, okay, come on, Kevin. It's like you've written a whole book invading her privacy. So that ship has sailed. It's just a question of scale. I do think it's pertinent to her current situation, why your sons don't want to be around her. And I think it's not unreasonable that you've explained that to me without saying the kind of thing you're talking about.
Right, but that's not my story to tell. That's my son's story to tell if they decide to. I mean, the things that they've seen are shocking, right? So shocking that one of my sons came to me and called me and was like, I don't know what to do. I'm afraid mom is going to die. Does that help?
Yeah, and is this to do with...
I mean, I'm not going to dive into her finances, but who knows? I have no idea.
I mean, she has no ongoing income from touring or new material or whatever, but I guess she still gets paid a lot for records she's made in the past.
I mean, you would think so, but like I said, I don't know. I mean, that could be a dire situation as well.
What do you think, Kevin, is really at the heart of this? Was Brittany always prone to mental health issues, fueled then by drug abuse, or was she basically corrupted by fame and fortune? I mean, you see the slippery path a lot with people, especially when they're young and they become big stars. They turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, they turn to all sorts of stuff, and it can end up killing them. It can. I always think fame is one of the most lethal drugs of all. But do you think it's that was the catalyst, or were there demons there long before she became famous?
I don't know. I think honestly that it could be a little bit of both. And I agree with you 100%. I even talk about it in my book. I think that fame is the most powerful drug in the world. And it's a very dangerous place to be. I mean, I've lived through some of that myself. And, it's really, really tough. But I couldn't honestly tell you for sure because when we were first together, things were so great, and I talk about a lot of this in my book about how.
Yeah, whatever.
I have big news.
Yes, sir. Donate $2. Hey, VG, I'm starting testosterone soon. Since blood tests are costly, I want to focus on the essentials. Which specific metrics should I check in my blood work before and after to make sure my health stays in check? Thanks. Well, I would, if you want to spend the least amount of money, first I would look at your testosterone, total testosterone and estrogen. so E2. Before you go on to see where you're starting out at, I would also get your hematocrit and LDL cholesterol looked at, and C-reactive protein. And that's really about it. Like, if you're only going to use testosterone. So yeah, total test, E2, hematocrit, lipids, and maybe C-reactive protein. And then periodically you're probably just going to want to look at your hematocrit. If you're having estrogen-related sides, or if you're having estrogen-related side effects, including like issues with erectile function, then again, you're probably going to want to look primarily at your E2 levels. If your E2 levels are too high, that can cause erectile dysfunction. So you can manage that through a number of different ways. Taking a zinc supplement seems to fix that problem for most people. So 50 milligrams zinc per day usually keeps your E2 in check if you're taking a moderate dose of testosterone. But yeah, hematocrit is probably the biggest one if you're only going to take testosterone going forward. Just make sure it doesn't go like too high. Some people are more sensitive to it. Make sure you're well hydrated, because a lot of the time when people have elevated hematocrit, it's because they're dehydrated, not because their hematocrit is actually elevated. And elevated hematocrit also isn't really a big deal. If you're asymptomatic and you don't have a disproportionate amount of platelets, I wouldn't really worry about it. What matters more is the proportion of red blood cells to platelets. But if it goes way out of range, like if it's over 54 or 55, and you start being symptomatic where you have like headaches, you have trouble breathing, you feel really sluggish, then I'd get a phlebotomy or donate blood. But yeah, having a slightly elevated hematocrit isn't a problem. Hope that helps. Thanks for the donation, though. Yes, sir.
On sanctions. Kinetic sanctions from Ukraine on Russia. Budanov sanctions. Ukraine confirms drone strike on Dagestan oil refinery. This is the video showing a Ukrainian drone slamming into a distillation tower at this refinery in Dagestan. This is located in the Caucasus on the Caspian Sea. And when we go to the war map, this is a relatively small refinery. It only produces about 1 million tons of refined products per year, and it's located about 990 kilometers from the border. I was wondering if Ukraine is going to go after these relatively smaller refineries, and the answer is yes. Ukraine eventually is going to go for them all. They're going to keep going until Russia stops this war. Third time's a charm, Ryazan oil refinery burns again after reported drone attack. Ukrainian drones reportedly hit Rosneft's largest refinery in Ryazan, sparking a major fire and marking the third attack on the key fuel hub since August. This is the video showing the Ryazan oil refinery once again on fire. I'll link it down below. Ukraine struck it hard. And there is speculation that this was the Peklo cruise missiles used by Ukraine. Not drones. I mean, really, they're kind of like a drone missile hybrid, but more and more, Russians are spotting these in the skies of the border regions crossing into Russia. So we can go to the war map, and this is the Ryazan refinery. This is Russia's third largest. And Ukraine struck it twice in 2024, 3 or 4 times earlier this year, but 3 times since August. This refinery is really hurting. We also got good news that Russia's Novokubieshevsk oil refinery has stopped processing after the drone attack from 3 or 4 days ago. Rosneft-controlled Novokubieshevsk oil refinery in Russia's Volga region halted primary crude processing on Sunday following a drone attack. According to the sources, the refinery halted crude distillation unit CDU-11 with a capacity of 18,000 metric tons per day, or 138,000 barrels per day. Whatever the price of oil is, multiply that by 138,000. That is how effective these Ukrainian sanctions are on Russia's oil industry. They also said another primary unit, CDU-9, had been shut down also since Sunday. This is fantastic progress. Non-refinery targets. Explosion in Russian military ammunition factory kills 10, injures 18. Authorities say the deadly blast at the Plastmas factory in Kopiansk in Russia's Chelyabinsk region resulted from safety violations, not a drone strike or sabotage. Russia doesn't want to admit that Ukraine struck it, but Ukraine is taking responsibility. This is where Chelyabinsk is located, and this was an ammunition factory. So it's pretty flammable, pretty explosive. We do have a CCTV video showing the detonation. I can link this down below. But we actually have an on-the-ground field report from a local Russian resident. This is a citizen of the city of Chelyabinsk, and he is going to describe what he saw and heard. That is some fantastic reporting, and it's very accurate. When an ammunition factory blows up, oftentimes there's secondary explosions of the munitions going off. Ukraine reportedly hits Bryansk chemical plant with Storm Shadow cruise missiles. The general staff described the sanctioned plant as a key facility of the aggressor's state military-industrial complex, producing gunpowder, explosives, and rocket fuel. This is kind of controversial. It's been a very long time since we've had a report about a British Storm Shadow cruise missile or a French Scalp being used on the territory of Russia. Since Trump came back into office in January, there's been speculation that the Pentagon was telling Ukraine they're not allowed to use Western long-range missiles on Russian territory. They can use their own domestically produced stuff, but not Storm Shadows and not Scalps. And maybe this restriction is gone, but Trump denies lifting key restriction on Ukraine's using long-range missiles to hit targets inside Russia. Trump is denying that a policy was changed, but he's lying. Elbridge Colby in the Pentagon was the one who was saying to Ukraine not to use Storm Shadows or Scalps on Russian territory. But things have changed in the last 2 days. We're going to talk more about that later in the video, but we're going to continue, I think, with the bad news for Russia. Thermal power plants are continuing to be struck. This is a Russian thermal power plant in the Smolensk region, and the CHP-2 processor is currently on fire. This is going to continue. This is going to be a very difficult and long winter for the Russian people if their government does not stop this war. Additionally, this was a funny story. The Russians were trying to brag that they were using these civilian planes with guys in the back with machine guns to shoot down Ukrainian drones. It was supposed to be an inspirational and feel-good clip to show the Russian people they're doing something about these drone attacks. But the problem is that this airfield is close to the border, and Ukraine just sent drones to destroy these civilian planes.
Oh my God.
So the Russians were dumb enough to publicly explain what they were doing,
Wow.
and Ukraine took actions to destroy these planes that were being used for military purposes.
Dumbasses.
We've also got fantastic news from the front. This goes back almost 2 months now, but it appeared that Russia had a breakthrough. They had entered one of the main defense lines of dugouts that the Ukrainians had built. Special brigades were brought in to contain the situation, and this has been like a boa constrictor, slowly tightening these Russian forces. They were isolated into about 3 separate pockets, and there was no rush. Ukraine is in no hurry. The longer these Russian forces remained isolated, the weaker they became every single day. And it looks like some of them have surrendered. So the northernmost pocket, this was the farthest extent that the Russian forces had gone, it's collapsed, and a bunch of Russian soldiers chose to surrender. This is the video showing a couple dozen Russian forces deciding to surrender to the Ukrainians. My guess is they've gone a couple weeks without reliable food and clean drinking water, so they were going to die anyways. This was the correct choice. I hope more Russians realize that. No one wants to die for Moscow. Russia's recruitment drive failing in Yakutia. Russia's recruitment drive to shore up its heavy casualties in Ukraine has stalled in poor regions like Yakutia. Citing internal documents from Russia's Ministry of Defense, Ukraine reported that recruitment targets are not being met due to insufficient regional payments and a lack of cooperation from local authorities tasked with supporting.
Sir William's choir donated $2. Can't believe she thinks raw milk and eggs are healthy, but sugar water is so much worse.
Instead of soda machines, I'm here in Slovenia, and they've got a raw milk machine where you can get a glass jar and get raw milk. They also have a chicken egg machine where you can...
Yep. You can get some bovine tuberculosis.
get chicken eggs out of a vending machine. But in the US, our vending machines are stocked with candy bars, chips, and sodas, ultra-processed foods that keep people sick, tired, and new.
Yeah, because raw milk and eggs don't make people sick.
Nutrient deprived. In the US, it's normal to grab sugar water from a vending machine and strange to find fresh milk. It's wild how two.
I can guarantee you there's no fucking way that is safe to eat. People have to get foodborne illness from that.
Countries can look at convenience so differently.
She's a dumb lying bitch. I challenged her to a debate and she just cucked out and made some stupid excuse. I don't know if I've heard your view on Edward Snowden. Do you think he was in the right? No, he's a fucking dumb cunt. He was just working for the Chinese government. The guy's a traitor. Thanks for the donation, Sir William.
Supporting the Kremlin's contract soldier campaign. It's been 4 years. Everyone who wants to go to Ukraine and die for money has already gone to Ukraine and died for money. Now, yes, if the Kremlin wants to apply pressure, they could probably increase contracts being signed in Moscow and St. Petersburg, but Putin's been doing everything for 4 years to avoid that, leaning heavily on the provincial governors to get impoverished Russian men to sign up for large payments. But the word is out. If you go to Ukraine, you're going to die. You're going to die really fast. You're not even going to live probably a month or two. So yes, you get that initial sign-up bonus, but your family isn't going to get sustained payments, and the guy who signed the contract is never going to benefit from any of that money. Here's some analysis from Tataragami. He used to be a Ukrainian officer, and I want to share what he's saying about the current situation. Ukraine's deep strike drone campaign has inflicted significant direct and secondary damage across Russia, contributing to a perceptible shift in Russia's perceptions of the war's trajectory and its cost-benefit among both military command and law enforcement senior leadership. According to analyzed communications from dozens of senior Russian officers in Moscow and in the field, there is a growing perception that the war has effectively reached a strategic and political dead end, sustained primarily by President Putin's personal insistence. Over the last 1,000 days, Russia has only taken an additional 1% of Ukraine's territory. While this does not necessarily signal an imminent regime collapse, negotiations, or military defeat of Russia, it does reflect a notable shift in mood across several core strata of Russian society. Moscow is steadily increasing its defense production capacity, relying heavily on Chinese technological support, particularly in the areas of drone manufacturing and autonomous systems. A Russian drone strike hit a kindergarten in Kharkiv. A video from a first responder, it's his body cam video, going into the burning building to pull the children out of the shelter in the basement. 4 civilians killed, children among the wounded. Deliberately and indiscriminately targets and kills civilians, people willing to remain to defend their homes. Their homes this winter. We need real change, and this could be the Ukrainian cities. And the Russians told Rubio, no, we're not going to stop anything. We're not going to negotiate. We're not going to change any of our demands from 3.5 years ago. Russia demands full Donbass control in unofficial documents of the United States, contradicting Trump's freeze proposal. So Zelensky and the Ukrainians told Trump no on Friday, and then Lavrov and the Russians told Trump no on Saturday. Trump was pissed off, and he finally did something. Trump says he doesn't want a wasted meeting with Putin, so this meeting in Budapest, it's not going to happen. It was a really stupid idea. Nobody was impressed. Nobody was in favor of it, aside from Viktor Orban, who just wants the attention on him prior to his upcoming election. So Trump finally did something out of frustration and desperation. This is the U.S. Department of the Treasury. Treasury sanctions major Russian oil companies, calls on Moscow immediately to agree to a ceasefire. These are all of the subsidiaries of Lukoil and Rosneft that have been sanctioned. And this is different from UK sanctions or EU sanctions. And the reason why, it's because of the power of the US dollar. Anytime one of these companies or individuals does a transaction with another company or individual using US dollars, this goes through a terminal in New York City. So it's very easy to track and trace and hunt down these people if they violate sanctions. So there are lots of people who don't want to mess around because the US dollar is the global reserve currency. And given liquidity problems of large transactions, you need US dollars to do large transactions. So I'm guessing this was the European Union and the UK that gave the Treasury Department this list. This is what the UK and the EU have done in their recent sanctions packages. They gave it to Trump. He probably didn't even read it. And he said, go ahead and do it. We'll start here. This is progress. Today, the US Department of the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control is imposing further sanctions as a result of Russia's lack of serious commitment to a peace process to end the war in Ukraine. Today's actions increase pressure on Russia's energy sector and degrade the Kremlin's ability to raise revenue for its war machine and support its weakened economy. Sanctions implications. As a result of today's action, all property and interests in property of the designated or blocked persons described above that are in the United States or in the possession or control of U.S. persons are blocked and must be reported to OFAC. If you're a US citizen or you do business with the United States and you violate this sanction, then you can be sanctioned, or you can have your assets frozen or seized, or maybe even face criminal prosecution. That is the danger and threat of these US sanctions that Trump has just enacted. This is very good news. So Kim notes that the US Treasury Department also issued a general license on Wednesday that will allow for a wind-down period of transactions with Rosneft and Lukoil, which will expire on November 21st. So the US Treasury Department is giving everyone a month's notice to finish their deals, finish their transactions, wrap everything up. After November 21st, people will then start being punished. This window, she says, should give countries that purchase large amounts of Russian oil, such as China and India, time to decide if they will stop importing Russian oil or face the threats of secondary sanctions, if he wanted to. Here are some immediate results. China's state oil majors suspend Russian oil buys due to sanctions. So China is just trying to figure it out. The problem with sanctions is when you sanction a company, somebody just creates a new shell company that's not sanctioned, and then the money redirects. So I'm sure the Chinese and the Russians are already scheming how to avoid or get around these, creating new entities, but it does slow them down. It does cost them money. It does make a difference. Speaking in language of, we need to help Ukraine win, Russia must be defeated, his ultimate objective is to end the war today on favorable terms for Russia. But Russia's not allowed to go for anything more. The deal that Trump has been offering Putin is, you get to keep all territory you've taken, all sanctions on Russia will be lifted, all frozen assets will be returned, all diplomatic relations will be normalized. The only thing Russia has to do is stop killing people. And Putin is saying no to that deal, a deal that Trump has been offering for 10 months now. So this is positive, but Trump is still not officially on Ukraine's side. He's still not saying that Russia... Thank you so much, Spain.
Well, Trump's a fucking piece of shit. But we already knew that. Alright, I'm very sick. So, although this was a short stream, I am gonna have to just go to bed, get some rest. But, hope you all had fun. I'm going to sleep. Hopefully, I'll be better tomorrow. And, yeah, maybe we can stream some more and play some games if I'm better. Getting gas today, Grandma drove up to the pump next to me in an RS6 Avant, complimented it and said, "Isn't that over 100K?" And she said she sold one of her houses, baby boomers. Yep. You have to be a fucking idiot to buy an Audi. I don't know why she wouldn't get a BMW. She wanted a high performance car. They're just so much better. But, big thanks to everybody who donated in Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow, and sweet dreams.